So hey, in this video, we'll be looking into CSS positions as such. So positions are really important for in if you are making maybe some components or maybe some components and you want to move that individual component to I mean according to the parent component. I mean with respect to the parent component, you want to move the child component, I mean away. I mean for example the top, right, left, or whatever it is. So if you look into the documentation, what it tells is the position CSS properties, how an element is positioned in a document. So you can give the values of top, right, bottom, left properties. It actually takes takes certain properties, and you get the final location of the positioned elements. So if you see here this the static, so we will not discuss about the position static as well as sticky. These are just you can apply, so you can see that what it is actually doing, this sticky. So if it's static, then what it is doing, right? So for example, so these are basic syntaxes and you can use. So we will look into relative, absolute. We won't look into static or these things, because these are just since I mean there's not much of a complex thing. So yeah, let's see what the definition has to say. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and the offset relative to itself based on the values top right, bottom left, right? And absolute is the normal document, so no space, and created the element and the page layout. So let's demonstrate this with the help of a simple example. So this is the parent div, this is the parent div, and this is the main. So we have two divs basically. This is the border, and border is the parent div, and this border has the parent div of body. I mean the body is the topmost parent, and the absolute is the child, right? So these are the just the basics, and I mean CSS I have written for that. These are the with JS for you. Just delete this. Yeah. So now what I want to do is I want to move this box with respect to this parent box, right? Right. So maybe I want to so first of all, if I want to move this episode, so I have to move this, right? So whatever, I mean there's a common so whatever div, I mean whatever the div, I mean whichever the div you want to move, you have to go give that as a position absolute. And with respect to whom you want to move, it is actually position related. So for example, this is my parent div, right? So with respect to the border div, the div border, I want to move this episode. So for episode, I will be giving position as absolute, right? So now if I give absolute, so you want to move this div, right? So you have to also give the properties. So what absolute takes is you can give top maybe 0 pixels for now, and left as 0 pixels. So 0 pixels away. So these pixels means you can also avoid these pixels as well. For now, so top left 0. So now if I see, you'll see that it actually goes out of the box because I haven't defined the relative. I mean, I haven't defined which is the parent. So by default, CSS actually takes body as the parent, right? So if I I mean apply that, okay, I want to tell the CSS that okay, this border class div should be your parent. So what I have to do is I have to just write position position relative here. So now if I write position relative here, and now CSS will know, okay, So border class, this class border div is my parent. I have to follow this. That's it. So now if you see that it will move inside the box, right? So now you can actually define, okay, not this. So now you can actually define like maybe 50 pixels. So now maybe top left, right as well. You can give right as well. So right maybe 50 pixels. It will come into the middle. So from right it will take 50 pixels. From left it will take 50%, and from the top it will take 50 pixels. So if you see it now, so it is actually taking 50 pixels, right? So it is almost like it is 50 pixels. So it will come. So I can increase this thing because maybe yeah, left, right, 50 pixels, left with 50 pixels. You can also define like right, maybe 200 pixels. I think it will decrease the width. Okay, no. So you can actually define whatever you want, but yeah. So the basic idea is to just position the child div with respect to anything you want. So if I give like from bottom, it I want from bottom it will be 50 pixels. So let's see what's the output. Okay, so 50 pixels from top it will be 50 pixels. The bottom if I remove this. So yeah, if I remove this, then it will take from bottom it will be 50 pixels, right? So from let's say I have to give from right, it should be 50 pixels. From right it should be 50 pixels. So I will just remove the left, and you will see that okay, it is taking the width, the bottom and right value 50 pixels, right? And it is coming in front of this. So you can also apply like z index as well. So maybe you want to z index maybe -1. So -1 actually takes that. Okay, what you want is you want this child div to go behind the parent div. So my parent div is dot border. Now I want the child div, that is dot absorb, to go behind the relative, this class border, right? So if you see now, it will be removed. I mean, it will be gone because it is actually behind this relative. I mean, dot border, right? So you can also play around with the z index as well. So yeah, these are the basic things that you have to know about the positions in the CSS as such. So yeah.